In 2010, LeBron James shook up the NBA world as we knew it, and a year later, he watched it crumble around him as everyone laughed at him. Everyone knows about the decision, when LeBron James went on national television and publicly voiced his exile from Cleveland.
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
With those words, LeBron would make a ton of friends in Miami, but enemies with everyone in Northeast Ohio. But it was justified. James has only been to the NBA Finals once in his career to this point. In 2007, he led this team to the Finals. Yeah, pretty brutal. In 2008, he got to the conference semifinals where he was eventually put away by the Celtics' big three of Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett. He then lost to Dwight Howard of the Orlando Magic in 2009. After losing to that pesky Boston big three in 2010, LeBron decided it was time to form his own big three. So let's talk about it. Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh, two of LeBron's classmates in the 2003 NBA draft. By 2010, Bosh was already establishing himself as one of the best power forwards in basketball, and Dwyane Wade just won an NBA title with Shaq. Yes, Shaq. Even LeBron couldn't do that. When the trio arrived in South Beach, they were greeted with fanfare and excitement. There was hope for Miami to win another championship, and then came the promise of what was to come later.
Came down here to win championships. Not one, championships.
Not two.
LeBron, tell us about that.
Not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven.
Within a year of LeBron's bold statements, that promise looked like it was on the right track to come true. Until they ran into an old foe of one of the Big Three's biggest stars. Let's go back to 2006 for a second. The NBA Finals was a matchup between the Miami Heat, who were led by Dwyane Wade in just his third season, making him the first of that stacked 03 class to make it to the finals, and Dirk Nowitzki, who was in his age 27 season. 27 also just happened to be how many points per game Dirk averaged in the playoffs alone. He had a very decent supporting cast, mainly consisting of Jason Terry, Josh Howard, a young Devin Harris, and an aging Jerry Stackhouse. So when 24-year-old D-Wade took over that series and emerged victorious, it definitely did some damage. Despite losing to the Golden State Warriors in the first round in his worst playoff performance ever, Dirk Nowitzki would still win his first regular season MVP. But now let's jump ahead 5 years and see how a potential rematch could possibly come about. In 2001, Indianapolis Colts head coach Jim Mora gave us one of the greatest sound bites of all time.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs? You kidding me?
No, Jim, I'm not kidding. We have to talk about the 2011 NBA playoffs. Because as you're about to see, there are some crazy narratives involving the two teams in question here. LeBron and friends were in their primes and had fantastic triple slash lines, but weren't even the best team in the Eastern Conference. That honor went to MVP Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. The other team in the mix is the third-seeded Dallas Mavericks, led by a now 32-year-old Dirk Nowitzki. But this time, he's got some friends. I mentioned earlier that Miami's Big Three was in their prime, and that stands correct as Wade was 29 while LeBron and Bosh were both 26. I'm 25, I edit these videos by myself, and my biggest accomplishment is graduating from high school. Nonetheless, my point is that, although the numbers may not show it, this Mavericks squad, for the most part, was aging. Majority of their core, including Nowitzki, Jason Terry, and even a late career return of Jason Kidd, were all drafted in the 1990s. These guys were just a little past their primes, but they're here, and they're ready to make history. After stellar performances from both teams, we've made it to the finals, and the Miami Heat and Dallas Mavericks are ready to square off. The first 4 games were split to even the series at 2-2, and the series was shifted back to Dallas for a very pivotal Game 5. At home, the Mavs would come up huge as Dirk and his supporting cast would pull through, hitting old man jumpers left and right. Jason Kidd, yeah, he's in the playoffs again. And as if it couldn't get any worse, this 3-pointer hit in LeBron James' breathing peripherals goes in. This is Jason Terry, who, by the way, fun fact, is 33 years old, and he ices the game. The Dallas Mavericks are 1 game away from that elusive championship, and in Game 6, they would not disappoint. Behind Jason Terry's 27 points, the Dallas Mavericks, a team with 7 different players over the age of 30, defeated LeBron James, Dwyane Wade, and Chris Bosh for their first championship in franchise history. And at the center of it all was Dirk Nowitzki, the franchise savior, a man who came up short 5 years ago to the same team, has finally tasted glory. Now, much to the chagrin of those watching this video, I'm sure many of you are thinking to yourselves, but LeBron and the Big Three won their championship. They accomplished their goals. This is not about that. This was about the free agent signing that rocked the sports world to its core, and the promises that followed shortly afterwards. In his prime, with actual talent around him, LeBron James lost to a team of aging role players, aiding a superstar. The decision almost became a mistake in 1 short year. Case closed. Thanks for watching this first episode of Sports Cases. I had a lot of fun making this, so I hope with your support, we can make a whole lot more. Take care.